Rob Snowhite here, your fly fishing consultant. I got a request to do my bacon streamer. I call it bacon because everything likes bacon, even vegetarians. So this is the streamer. It took about 10 years to develop. I know it doesn't look it, but I'll explain it as I go. Don't fish this anything under 8 weight. Tippet, I use Berkley Vanish. It is to be fished on a non-slip or mono loop knot with minimum of 3 BB split shots above that knot and fished with an erratic jerk pattern. And I wouldn't fish it anything under a 5 weight. You can go to my YouTube site, which you're on. Check out the doctors removing one with dental floss from my arm in Colorado after I stuck it in my arm using a 4 weight. The anatomy of this fly is flashabou or some similar material underneath. That's the newest addition. Zonker tail. The body goes lead wire, black peacock estaz, and then rooster tail feathers, tungsten cone, and you have these rubber legs. It's the bacon fly. It's been a work in progress from the Roaring Fork of Colorado to the Blue and the Dream Stream to the Frying Pan, and then up to Pennsylvania, where initially it started on the Little Juniata in Spruce Creek, and then to Mossy Creek in Virginia, and also it's a favorite of mine in Latort, Yellow Breeches, etc. So let's tie this. First, I want to show you how to debarb a hook using a Regal vise. Open the jaw, stick it in there, and there you go. Barb is smashed. So what I'm going to do now is start the, gotta put the cone on first. Okay. Slide the cone on. The reason I'm debarbing it is the cone won't fit with the barb. So first step now is to take the wire. You know, I'm a big proponent of non-lead, but this fly needs to be heavy. It needs to dart around in the water, and the only way that's going to happen is with lead wire. And I'm going to double up in the front here to give the head more action. Just like so. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be glued down. You can see Dr. Jones is sniffing the windows behind me. Or in front of you, I should say, which is why the window blinds are moving. Black 210 denier flat wax nylon. Start it just above the hook point. I'm going to take my flash material now. I prefer flashabou. I can't find it at the moment, so I'll use some of this. This just enables you to see the fly underwater. Because it is a black fly, you see a little bit of flash. About 1 1/4 the size of the hook. This is going to stick out. Don't worry about that stuff. Black zonker strips for the tail. I'm not a fan of marabou tails. This is much easier to cut and put in. Now, a benefit of using the zonker is, let's say you're getting too many bites back here. Just take your nippers and cut the tail. You can't do that with marabou. Next up is the black estaz. I will buy minimum of 2 of these per fly shop that I enter. Tie that down. It's a Regal, so you can wrap it over and behind the lever handle, which is off to the side of the screen. Now the Rooster Tails, fly shops don't really sell them anymore, so what I do is I get them on eBay. Just type in black Rooster Tail. They're the same ones you use in a feather duster, and they have this beautiful iridescence to them. So what I'm going to do is just pick out one of these. This one looks nice and filthy, buggy, olive, oily, black looking. If you're worried about the source of them, you can always just put them in the freezer when you get them. The reason I'm using these is because they're extremely webby, and they're going to give fantastic movement in the water. As Vince Marinero said, it gives good body. I'm going to wrap this forward. If you had a spinning Regal vise, this would probably be easier, but I haven't jumped to the spinning one. You know, Rich Strolis uses one. He posts some great pictures of it on Instagram. Catching Shadows is his company. Okay, pretty simple, right? This fly is not rocket science. It's just a glorified giant woolly bugger. When you wrap the hackle feathers, make sure the fibers are going backwards. You can do as few wraps or as many. I like to have them nice and evenly spaced out. See, it's starting to go the wrong direction. I'm going to undo this and go in the opposite direction. I'm going to go over. And that should correct the direction that they're going in. There we go. They're buggy. Look how big these hackle fibers are. Look how much they splay out. This is a pure meat fly, and it's the only streamer I will use for non-steelhead trout. I will carry nothing but a box of these when I'm out fishing in Colorado, in Pennsylvania, the limestoners of Virginia. So there you have it. Now we have to put some rubber legs on. The reason I use the rubber legs just gives a little bit more motion and kind of gives it the look of pectoral fins. So these are just grizzly rubber legs. What I'm going to do is just lay them right behind that cone head and wrap it down. See what it just did? It just popped it back. 2 wraps there. And then we do the same thing on the opposite side. And this is such a good pattern for me. You can go through my website and see trout pictures. They're all caught on this streamer, if they were caught on a streamer. It's effective enough for me that when I travel with my vise, I will carry a Ziploc bag of a couple packs of S-Taz, a couple packs of rooster fibers, flash, cone heads, hooks. It's all in a kit ready to go. So I can just tie these as I need to. Now I'm going to half hitch it, and I'm going to put that behind the cone. And just do one more of those. And there you have it. That is my bacon streamer. Extremely effective. I guarantee it for big trout, even small trout. Everything is going to eat it. That is the fly. When it gets wet, it looks like a big sculpin or muddler pattern. And like I said, fish this on a looped tippet with 3 BB split shot above it, an 8-pound fluoro Berkley Vanish. Cast it upstream, cast it downstream, behind rocks, in front of rocks, around logs. This is my go-to streamer pattern. When I do guide for trout, we fish this fly specifically. It's a great one. If you see it in a tree, you know it was mine. I like it so much that I refuse to break them off or lose them on a stream. I will go out of my way to get them because I don't want other people to find them. But there you have it. That is my bacon streamer. Any questions? Website is www.robsnowhite.com. And again, there's only one W in Snowhite. I hope that answers client Gene's request for how to tie this fly. Super easy, super effective.